Natalie, national champion for the junior tour powered by Under Armour 2 times. You won it back in 2022. You won the 9 to 11 age division.
I'm super excited. I'm really pumped about this because this is the first time I've actually won like a big tournament, so I'm really excited.
How long have you been working for this?
Oh, since I was 5.5.
You aged up, and then now in 2024, you won the 12 to 14 age division just going into that division.
Feels great. I'm so excited.
Is it easier to win your second national championship, or is there more pressure to do so?
I think since I've won the 22 nationals, it's definitely some pressure because I have to keep, showing them that I am a good golfer and that I can be the top person. So I think it's definitely has a lot of pressure coming with that. So I think honestly it might be harder.
How do you deal with that pressure?
My dad also, he helps me calm me down. Before a tournament, he definitely helps me. So I think without him, I'd still definitely be nervous, but he just definitely calms me down.
Give me the moment that you were most proud of in Natalie's golf career.
In 2022, when she won the nationals, it was awesome to be there and witness it. Because I know how much work we put into that. Since she was 6, she was just, she just put in so much work and grounded out every single day, 6 to 7 days a week, and I watched her game transform into, when we first started, I remember the days of shooting a 68 for 9 holes, and it was like, is this really the sport for us, But I know the work that she put into it and developed that mindset and watched those scores decrease. And when it came into the 2022 National Championships, when she was announced.
Our champion for our 2022 Summer National Championship at PGA National from our Buffalo region, Natalie Wasik.
Hi, my name is Natalie Wasik. I'm 10 years old and I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Go Bills!
This little girl has worked harder than I could imagine. And she just works every day, 6 to 7 days a week, since she was 5.5. I can't be any prouder of this little girl right now.
Where does that hard work come from?
Her mom.
I could not be prouder of this girl. This is so emotional for me. I'm so proud of her because like Mike and Natalie even said they work hard and hard work pays off. And so that's what it takes. But we are thrilled. We are thrilled.
And it was just, I just really took it all in and it was just awesome.
What are some of the things that he does for you to calm you down?
He gives me a pep talk and he's like, you got this. And I think that coming from someone else, that definitely means a lot.
So you prefer to have your dad out there being your caddy versus having your coach?
Yes, I do. My dad knows a lot about it. He can't really execute it, but he does know a lot. So it's definitely very helpful having someone who knows a lot about the game, being my caddy, so he can teach me some things when I'm on the course playing.
Do you feel that has strengthened your relationship, your father-daughter, daddy-player relationship?
Oh, definitely. I think golf is one thing that we both kind of not have in common, but definitely something that we always do together. So I think that's definitely strengthened our relationship.
What was the feeling the second time around when she was announced champion in 2024?
The second time around, it was easier for me, to see it, happening because I knew she had the game to do it, and it was still a big moment for us.
And your 2024 Junior Tour powered by Under Armour Summer National Champion in the girls 12 and 14 division from Buffalo, Natalie Wasik.
She has a great shot of winning every tournament that she plays in because of her game. Even
winning against older, again, she's 12, playing with 12 to 14-year-olds.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because I know her strength. She has several strengths in her game. She can chip incredibly well. She can drive incredibly well. And she hits her irons incredibly well. So I know she can compete against older girls because she's just as long, if not longer, and all her shots in.
Every time I talk to you, you're very poised, you're very mature. We say you kind of have a little of an old soul. Do you think that helps you on the golf course?
I do, yeah. When I have an old soul or when I have a good demeanor, it comes with also being calm on the course. So when I hit a bad shot, I'm always good about it because I know that I can follow it up with a good one, and I know that I, can maybe save par or something when, I have a good mindset.
Can you think of a time where it was a really bad shot, something that's memorable to you, where you really came back and you turned it around for yourself with a positive mindset?
Maybe I think at last Nationals, I kind of holes 9, 10, and 11, I got some bogeys, and I knew that if I still wanted to win Nationals, then I would definitely have to, make some birdies and make some pars. So I think coming back after a lot of those bogeys was definitely a really good comeback for me.
I've always seen you're always smiling, you're so sweet, the way that you look at your dad sometimes when you guys are on the course, so sweet. Now, how do you turn on the competitive Natalie and still be calm, cool, collected, and just sweet with everyone around you?
Sometimes, my dad, he's like, do you really want this? And I say yes, but I have a different way of handling it because I handle it internally. So I don't really show if I'm nervous or if I'm really competitive. I think I just handle it a little bit differently. Having that internally, it's definitely different than showing it on the golf course.
You're very confident in her game. Is she just as confident, or do you kind of have to remind her sometimes if she gets frustrated with herself and her game?
With her getting frustrated, I don't see that. I don't see it on the course. She actually calms me down on the course. When we're on hole number 7, I'm still talking about hole number 2. How did you miss that putt? And she, I think 99% of the stuff I say when we're on the course, it's white noise to her. And she settles me down. She settles me down. Then I start thinking about it and I laugh, and then we laugh together, and then it's just, we forget about it. But her mindset is what I believe is going to get her to achieve her goal she wants to get, because nothing bothers her on the course. No, absolutely nothing. She knows what she needs to do, and if she hits a bad shot, it's like, Dad, don't worry, I got it. And now I believe that she's got it.
So when you hear her talk to me and say that you're the one that helps her calm down on the course, you're telling me the opposite. You're sitting there like, what is she even talking about?
It is, and that's why I think it works both ways for us. She kind of brings me down when I try to bring her up. We feed off each other, and then, once I see her, get out of that sand and get within 2 feet of the pin, I'm like, man, you're right, you do have this.
As a 12-year-old, you have this very amazing philosophy when it comes to being on the golf course and when you hit a bad shot. What would you say to the younger kids, the kids that are looking up to you, that are kind of working their way to be champions as well?
Don't let bad things get to you. At the end of the day, you're playing golf, and golf isn't always going to go your way. So I think you have to kind of cope with that and, just at the end of the day, sit back and relax and be like, well, I know my game and I know how good I can be, and today just wasn't my best.
So how do you come back from those days that weren't your best? What do you tell yourself?
I tell myself that, once I won the Nationals, I said, I'm the national champion. So I could come back from anything, and I could, do really well in these upcoming tournaments. So I think that's a huge part of it.
What percentage of you is a loving dad? And what percentage is drill sergeant?
I would have to say that it's almost 100% drill sergeant when we are working at the game. A lot of time we're working on our game when she gets home from school. And we have a window of an hour to maybe an hour and a half to work on that part of her game. So there's not a lot of room there for, joking around. She 100% wants to play D1 golf, and she knows how hard it is to get to that level. And I know how hard it is to get to that level. And with her work ethic, I remind her every day, you can get there. And then once golf's done, once we're finished with that, and then it's 100%, it's her and I. We are together all the time.
You live in a place where it's not really known for golf. You don't hear of the amazing golfers coming out of Buffalo, New York. Have you guys had the discussions of moving somewhere where you can play golf year-round, or does living in Buffalo kind of give you a little bit of an advantage, you'd say?
So we've definitely talked about moving south, but I think at the end of the day, all my friends and all my family are in Buffalo, and we make it work all year round. It's definitely not ideal situation, but I think at the end of the day we make it work, and I think for right now Buffalo is just fine for us.
What do you do? How do you make it work?
Even though outdoors isn't all year round, we do practice all year round. So whether that's being in a dome.
Swing slow, throw. Good job.
Our family actually built a building in our backyard, and we have, a simulator, a putting green, everything in there, so we practice there a lot during the winter. So we make it work in the winter, and even though we can't practice outdoors all year round, we do practice all year round.
What is that point that you say, okay, we're done inside, now let's translate what I've been doing all winter onto the golf course? Is there kind of a little challenge there?
Yes, because in the winter it's more of like a drill season, and I mostly like work on my swing instead of, actually practicing, because I obviously can't on the golf course. So it's more of like a drill type of season. In like February and March, we try to kind of go out on the golf course, whether that's, in 50-degree weather. I definitely try to, kind of leave my drill swing thoughts aside and then more focus on playing the course, so it's kind of hard to kind of switch mindsets.
Is there a drill that you love to do when it's winter and you're practicing indoors?
We do a lot of like putting drills, like we just keep working on 6-foot putts. We 3-foot putts, we do 100 of those a lot in a row, and we have to make them, and that takes a while.
So once you're done with the winter, you come onto the course, your putting is just 100%.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Natalie has to put in double the work because she's training indoors?
No, I don't think she has to do double the work. I believe as long as we do quality work, hitting 30 balls over hitting 300, as long as we really work on quality shots, it helps us. It helps us, and it may be 15 minutes or 20 minutes a day, because of her schedule with other sports and her schooling. But she does have a club in her hand 7 days a week, and it maybe just be putting.
So Natalie mentioned that you guys have a facility, per se, in your backyard for her to train. Did you ever question your commitment and her commitment as you were building this?
When we built that, I'm kind of an all-in guy. We can do everything at our house that we could do at any golf facility, if not better. So that is paid off. That's paid off tenfold.
Have you ever played in the snow?
Yes. We've played in snow, we've played in downpour rains and, cold weather, and yeah, we've played pretty much through it all.
When you play in tournaments that are down south in warmer climates, do you feel that when these kids are having to play, it's a little bit colder for you, it's like, I'm used to this. Do you feel like it gives you an advantage?
Yeah, I'm definitely used to it. I wouldn't say it's an advantage because anything could happen, but it's definitely more, comfortable for us because we're just super used to it.
Do you get a sense of satisfaction when you play in these tournaments and you're playing against kids that have access to year-round golf because of the warmer weather all year round, and she comes and wins that?
Absolutely, sure, because these girls are awesome. They're just awesome down here. And when we're playing with them, we use it as a gauge, and now we're beating them at times and we're losing to them at times, but we're there. It's just a few shots here, it's a few shots there, and we use that as a gauge. And and I think she's developed her game where it is satisfying that we come down here and they know her name. They know Natalie Wasik because of the work. We put in so much work, and when it comes to time to show what how hard we're working, and we win the national championship or win a tournament, it fuels our fire to keep going at it and to be the best we can be, because they don't stop working, either do we.
Natalie, what is that thing that you love to do to celebrate your wins?
So I love apple juice, and at the end of every round, if I have like a headache or something, I always drink apple juice. And I love rating it, I love doing everything with it. And I also love like guessing the brands of apple juice. I do that all the time. So yeah, I think that is just a really fun thing that I always do.
So what is the best apple juice that you've had?
Minute Maid, for sure. Everywhere I go, I always ask, is there like apple juice that's Minute Maid or something, because it's like the best apple juice, so.
Coming from the apple juice connoisseur, Minute Maid. What do you love the most about the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour?
If I had to say something bad about it, I couldn't. It is absolutely the best organized golf tournament that we've ever played at, and we've played at a lot of nice tournaments, big tournaments, but the way Ray and his staff and his team puts on, an organized event along with Under Armour, it's phenomenal. I love the fact that they make the kids feel like they're big time. It feels like they're, like they're pros out there with the big board, the scoreboard out there. And, the courses that we play, it's just, they're unbelievable. And I just think they just do a phenomenal job. The best. It's some of the best tournaments that we've played in, and we played in a bunch.
So you've been playing in the Under Armour Tour for a few years now. What do you love about the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour?
I think what I love about the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour is they make it so special for us. They overdo everything when it comes to interviews or stuff that they give us. It's just, they make us feel like pros. It's so special and I love it.
What is the favorite thing that you've gotten from the Under Armour Tour?
The trophies, of course. Definitely.
Only one thing can happen in 2025. You need to pick. You win Under Armour Worlds or the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, that's so tough because all of Buffalo, we've literally been manifesting that for so long. I'd say the Super Bowl. I'd say we're really hoping for the Super Bowl, so yeah.
Wow, the Bills better win the Super Bowl in 20.
Yep.
How do you feel about Natalie sacrificing her 2025 season for the Buffalo Bills?
You know what? I'm 100% behind her. I've grown up right through the 90s and I've witnessed every single Super Bowl that we've been to. Absolutely, we need a Super Bowl, to come back to Buffalo. With Josh Allen as our quarterback, I honestly think it's going to happen. So I'm 100% behind it. We'll give up a world championship for a Super Bowl for sure.
What are your future goals in golf for yourself?
My number one goal right now is to make it to a D1 college, and by then I'll kind of know where my game could take me. And I'm hoping the LPGA, but we'll see when we get there.
What's your dream D1 college?
Wake Forest. I've always wanted to go to Wake Forest, and I love Wake Forest.
Does Wake Forest know this?
I hope so.
What would you define as success after all the sacrifices you guys have made for her golf?
That she still loves to game when she's 50, 60, 70 years old. I talk to a lot of people that go to college, that have played college golf, that don't play it anymore, that don't touch a club. I would not want that for Nat. I would want her to enjoy the game because her and I have a ball out there on the course. When Mom's out there and it's Nat and me and in a tournament and Mom's giving us waters and stuff, our family is so tight, and we all rely on each other, for the outcome. But success for me would be, for Nat to follow her dreams and play at a college and then enjoy it afterwards. Whether she wants to go pro, or try to, that's up to her. That's completely up to her. That's where I step back once she goes to school and she runs with her dream from there.
So what is your message for any boy that wants to date your daughter and take her away from the focus of golf?
My message would be, it's golf first, it's family second, and it would be him being a distant third.
So we know that your dad is a cop, so he's a tough guy. What is it like to see him get emotional and how he feels when you win a championship?
It makes me feel really good because at the end of the day, I love when he's proud of me, and I love seeing him emotional because it just makes me feel so proud inside that it's not easy to make him emotional, so I know that I'm doing something right.